How about one more painting with the supplies from our curated collection, number 2? Today, let's paint this one. Join me and we'll do this together. Okay, so I have my size 10 round Princeton Velvet Touch brush, my palette with my Sennelier paints from our collection, and of course, the Fluid 100 4x6 block. I'm just going to clear some of this off from the last time we painted with these because I need room to mix some other colors, and I'm not going to need this green. There we go. That should be fine. I love having the plate to mix on. If you got the collection this time, did you go with the Speedball palette or did you just use a plate like I did? All right, to start with, I'm gonna want the blue. It's gonna end up being in my sky or my water. Actually, let's take a little red. Really want to water that down. I want it to be a nice pale, almost like pink when it dries. I have some orange left over. Of course, that's just this red and my yellow from when I did the stained glass. I'm going to go ahead and activate that. All right, and we'll end up mixing up some more of like our neutral tint color for the foreground afterwards. But this is going to be super easy, super fast. Start with, let's just get our painting wet. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and grab the 3/4 inch wash from the set that I had for the add-ons. Just gonna go ahead and wet my paper. I'm gonna start at the top, a little bit of this ultramarine blue, put some of that in. Don't mind if I miss some spots. It's just gonna look like clouds. Let them just go ahead and happen naturally. And at the top, that's of course going to be the part of the sky that's closest to us. So we don't mind if those spaces are bigger. We skip around. And I'm going to come into the red. So kind of let those mingle on the page. Well, as I get down further, if I skip any space, I'm going to want that to get closer together because as the clouds move away from us, they're going to flatten and thin out. Transition into this orange a little bit. It's that time when the sun is just going down. Some of those clouds start to change color. I want to add some blue in, but I just think I should leave it alone. Lighten that up. There we go. Just kind of putting some blue here so it looks like there's still blue sky. There we go. And these are clouds where the color is. Oh yeah, I like that. My paper's already starting to dry. Everything dries so quickly. All right, and then I'm gonna let my blue get a little darker. And I don't want any of that flowing back up and pushing, water pushing my sky and causing a bloom up there. So I'm gonna like tip my page for just a moment. So that if there is any extra water, it's going to run downward. Just using the tip of my brush to put in some other values. I left a little bit of white right there. It just happened that my brush skipped and I like it, so I'm leaving it. So bring that right down to the bottom. Now I like how this kind of blends. And where does the water stop and where does the sky start? I don't know. Which kind of looks like what you see when you look out over the ocean. Again, coming back in with the ultramarine blue. Okay, I think it's time to let that dry. Bring that up close so you can see. Just the hints of the red and the orange. It just looks like maybe the sun is setting behind us and we're starting to see some of that reflection of those colors appearing in the clouds. It's that late afternoon time. As soon as this is dry, we're going to finish this one off. Okay, this is dry. And now I'm reactivating this gray I had made before, but just in case you need a refresher, to make this nice dark value with our limited palette, we are going to take our burnt sienna, which is one of the main reasons burnt sienna joined this collection. This is where it's going to really shine for us. We're going to take that burnt sienna, just getting as much of that paint out of my brush as I can before I go rinse. And we're going to grab some ultramarine blue. Really load this brush up to bring it over there. We're going to mix those together. And we get a beautiful neutral tint, Payne's gray. It's beautiful. And if it's leaning too blue and you want it a little bit more, like this you can see is quite blue, I can grab some little bit more of that burnt sienna. It'll further neutralize it. Now if I add too much, it's going to start to shift and go the other way. But this I like. I don't want my brush loaded. And now in true Bob Ross fashion, we are going to silhouette the foreground with, you guessed it, some happy little trees. Just dabbing with the tip of my brush. And if this is light, I'm not going to worry about it. I can always come back in with another layer. Here in the coast of Maine, or I should say here on the coast of Maine, I am not on the coast. It is not uncommon to have a view of the ocean through some evergreens. Perhaps we have some shrubbery more lower, right? Like bushes that are back down here. And we're looking out, maybe off one of the tops of those rocky cliffs on the Maine coast. And let's put, actually, I like that little white right there. I'm going to add another one over here, and I'm just going to do a single on this side. I want to kind of preserve that space. So I'm going to put one about here. And I will strategically place my branches so that I don't have one in the way of that. And if you didn't have something like that happen, you don't have to, then no worries. Just carry on. Put in your tree. I don't usually start from the bottom. It's just because I want to make sure that we could see through that space. So now let's come back up here. I love the point on this 10 round. This I think was a great choice. You can get really good coverage, or you can just come through and get fine details too. This is becoming one of my favorite brushes, and I will grab it a lot of times because I know I can do almost the entire painting, if not the entire painting, and not want to grab or need to grab another brush. If you got this collection and have this brush, what do you think of it? Drop me a comment and let me know. I see I kept wanting to go back to my water when I didn't need more water. I do need more paint. Okay, I want to mix up some more. Again, that was our burnt sienna. And our ultramarine blue. And we'll have another one maybe right here. It's going to come right in. It's going to be behind our big one. I think I started going a little crooked, but that's all right. Not every tree grows straight up. Summer leaners, don't get too worried about it being perfect, because I don't know if you've noticed, but nature doesn't grow perfect. Nature grows unique. And I'm even like tapping in kind of behind these branches. See, like I didn't continue it out because it is behind. So I had this other tree already there. I'm just kind of tapping around that. Now I could have painted this one first, but then I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have this space like this. And I will show it to you closer up. I like this look where it looks like it is further in the distance. So I'm just coming into some of these spaces. This color that I just mixed up is a bit darker. And we can still look out and we can see our ocean out there. I'm debating if I want another one, little one over here, but I think I like the 3. I could have pushed this one over a little bit further. In fact, if I painted it again, I would push this one over a little bit more. So if you're watching this first and then painting it, I would move this one over. Just kind of open up that space where we can see our ocean. And now I'm just going to add just a few darker values in here to our shrubbery. And I'm mixing up a thicker mixture of paint. This is much creamier, because now I can come back and just do a few marks where I want it darker. Perhaps I have areas of the trunk of the tree showing. I can make those darker. And if you wanted to, you could have put greens in with this and not done silhouette. That would have been fine too. Actually, I think I'm going to put a little bit more. Again, I'm just kind of focusing on little sections that may be of this trunk that is showing up, making that a little thicker. And that is just a quick view out on the coast. Let me know what you think about this one. I hope you'll give it a try. If you enjoyed it, please do give the video a thumbs up. I'm going to pop another video up right about here that you might like to watch next. I hope that you are enjoying the current curated collection. I look forward to bringing you another one real soon. Until next time, my friends, keep creating, and I'll see you in a video real soon. Bye, guys.